Let's use the P word here. This is propaganda. When it comes from the White House, government covering the government, it's not what you're supposed to do in the United States of America. But we have an administration. Every president gets to the point where he dislikes the press. It's that simple. And every administration tries to manipulate the press. But this is the most hostile to the media that has been in United States history. Not only do we have this thing where
Wait, you would go that far?
I would go that far.
The most hostile in history.
The most hostile because, first of all, we have this situation where they are, in fact, shutting out the press. And by the way, when they say you can't have every photographer in, they know full well that there's a thing called a pool, which is to say you have one representative from each of the media that represents all of them and shares the pictures and the sound and all that kind of thing. So that's totally disingenuous, which is a polite word. But the reason I say most hostile is because of the Justice Department moves that they've made against the press. Obviously, they have a contempt for the journalistic process. Those of us who are in journalism, of course, believe that it is vital if you're going to have an informed electorate, as opposed to one that's been propaganda. We really need to sort of look at this whole history of, let's talk about the television era of covering the news, which is really what we're talking about. During the Kennedy administration, of course, we've just gone through the 50th anniversary of the assassination, but the Kennedy administration was very, very successful in manipulating the press. Then along came Richard Nixon. And Richard Nixon, of course, established a hostile relationship with the press. And each administration tries to clamp down on the press, tries to clamp down on what they call the message of the day that goes out. And that is not what you're supposed to have in a democracy. And it's beyond just us worried about our jobs. It is also key to the people who vote, knowing what it is they're voting for. And you have a president here who's, by all accounts, a very thoughtful person, and he looks out at us riffraff, and he sees people who deal in superficiality. So I can understand why he's not enamored of us. But